struggle is real. It's me versus me, the struggle is real. Why don't you choose yourself? Choose yourself right now. It's me versus me, the struggle is real. The struggle is real. Hey everyone, welcome to Series 1, Episode 10. We have learned so much in the last few weeks about how our diets affects our moods, our physical health, and our overall well-being. We have learned that losing weight is not just about dieting, it is also about state of mind, being physically active, and being committed to a life change. We have also learned that diets are not one size fits all, and ways to cater our diets to our own personal needs. If you haven't had a chance to watch our previous episodes, please go back and watch them or re-watch them. You don't want to miss all the amazing information. I had intended on giving an update on where they are now on this week's show, but our Staiku 3D scanner is already loaded up and ready to go to Nashville for the weekend. We will have a stand at the Nashville Flea Market located at 401 Windgrove Street in Nashville, Tennessee on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If you're going to be in that area, come on out and check out our stand. This is an excellent opportunity to get your very own Staiku 3D scan on site. Don't forget to bring tight clothes. You will get the results almost immediately, and I will help you to read and understand those results. We will also have coupons available good for this weekend only. Last week, we dove into the different types of diets, fads, and fitness. This week, we're going to take a deeper look at each one of these diets. We're going to learn about how they work, things to be aware of, and when to stop using certain diets. So now, let's get into the information we all need to hear. So get your pen and paper in hand, and let's get started navigating through the different diets. So let's just get right in on the paleo diet. We're going to start with that. So that's paleo. And we're going to look at the pros. And we're going to look at the cons. And then we're going to look at menus for each one of these. And paleo will be first. So let's get started. Now the paleo diet, it focuses on food allergies. And it's an elimination diet, like the autoimmune we've been talking about for weeks, and the whole 30 diet is an elimination diet. So we're going to eliminate dairies, grains, sugars, most legumes, and it lowers inflammation. It improves blood sugar. Now these are the pros, and it can improve your lipids. Now the paleo diet for the cons are, it can be high in saturated fats, and that's because of the animal meats that we eat and the proteins, the high proteins. It can increase your cholesterol, and it might increase risk of heart disease. Now, the menu for paleo would look something like this, like a daily menu. So for breakfast, we have to avoid dairies and grains, but we might have some paleo-friendly yogurt, which does not contain any cow's milk, but it could be coconut yogurt. And so we can also have oats and nuts, seeds, honey, oils, coconuts, almonds, pumpkin seeds, dates, and pecans, but we just cannot have any peanuts, no peanuts. For lunch, we can have the kale Waldorf salad. And for supper, we can have a New York strip, yay, with roasted sweet potatoes and broiled asparagus. And next, we're gonna put on the screen the yogurt, the coconut yogurt, the ingredients, because I don't really know where you can buy this. And so you've got 2 cans of full-fat coconut milk, And the interesting thing about that is you put it in the freezer and then you let it separate. You got 2 capsules of probiotics or 2 tablespoons of previously made yogurt, 2 tablespoons of raw honey, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And we're gonna put that up on the screen. So I think it'd be a whole lot of fun if we just all made coconut yogurt, see how that works out. I think it'd be a lot of fun. Next, we're gonna go to the keto diet. A lot of people do the keto diet. We're gonna go over the pros, we're gonna go over the cons, and we're gonna go over the menus for this too. This is a very popular diet. So let's dive right in on that one, if you will. The keto diet, it does well with weight loss. You feel less hungry than similar diets due to your high intake of fat. You have less irritable bowel syndrome issues, less tired, and your blood glucose levels level out because you're not eating all the carbs and you're eating more proteins, and so your body can utilize that better with the sugars. Now the cons are nutritional deficiency, increased risk of cardiovascular disease due to the high-fat diet, and increased risk of renal failure due to increased ketones. Now how it works, this is very interesting. You eat low in carbohydrates, which aims to burn unwanted fat by forcing the body to rely on fat for energy rather than carbs. This puts the body into ketosis, and that can be very harmful over a period of time. Now, for a short period of time, it's not so much harmful, but over a long period of time, it can be very harmful. And what are ketones? That's a good question. Your body's main source of energy is sugar. Ketones are acids in the body produced when it breaks down fat for energy that build up in the blood and leave the body through urine. So this is what ketones are. Now, in small amounts, they indicate the body is breaking down fat. However, high levels of ketones can poison the body, leading to a condition called ketoacidosis, which can be very severe. So be cautious with your keto diet. Now, foods you can eat are meats, cheese, eggs, minimal vegetables, no sugar, and I must say minimal fruits as well. Now for the menu for breakfast, we can have scrambled eggs with bacon. For lunch, we can have lettuce wrapped hamburger. For supper, we can have chicken stir fry with broccoli. Keto menu is a lot of fun, but it's a lot of meat, a lot of cheese, a lot of eggs. And so now we're going to go to the Autoimmune Protocol diet. And we're going to go over the pros and cons of that. We've been talking a lot about Autoimmune Protocol diet. That's the AIP, Autoimmune Protocol. And if you haven't watched any of our last episodes, please go back at least 3 episodes when we started really talking about this. But this is also an elimination diet. And so what you do in an elimination diet, to recap, is you eliminate things that people are really highly allergic to. And so you get rid of everything that you can, and then you come back with one thing at a time. Every 4 to 5 days, you introduce another food back into your diet until you figure out which one is causing you the most problems. It could be pain, it could be swelling, it could be a lot of things that it could cause you brain fog. It can cause a lot of things. So just be cautious about when you reintroduce those things to really pay attention to your body, because your body will tell you what it does not like. And so we're going to go over the Autoimmune Protocol diet now. And you're going to be eliminating all your eggs, dairy, sugar, processed foods, breads. And then you're going to introduce them one thing at a time to see what triggers your autoimmune system every 4 to 5 days. Your pros are it reduces inflammation, promotes healthy eating, No strict meal plans or calorie counting. That's a big deal. And your cons are that it's expensive. There's no formal guidelines. You just kind of make up your own. And it can be nutrient deficient in certain areas as well because you're getting rid of all your dairy and things like that. So a breakfast for AIP menu would be unsweetened coconut yogurt with blueberries. That's going to be fun. And I can't wait to make the yogurt because I think this is going to be a lot of fun to do that. Lunch, you can have chicken and vegetables with bacon. For supper, you can have meatballs over spaghetti squash. So those are some things that you can do for the AIP diet. Our next diet that we want to talk about is a lot like the AIP diet, and it's the Whole30. And that's for 30 days. You really hit it hard and you eliminate. Again, it's an elimination diet. You introduce, I think they recommend like after 2 weeks, you start introducing one food at a time. So you can kind of look at it and see what you think is good for you. But I think the elimination diet is really very helpful. And so the Whole30, you stop all your dairies, your grains, and your processed foods, and you add one food at a time. The difference between the autoimmune and the Whole30 is that you can have eggs and some dairy products, but just to stop all those for a short time and then come back with them is very important, I think. For the pros, you can control your blood sugar, restore your metabolism, boost your immune system, decrease sugar and salt cravings, increase focus and alertness, heal your digestive tract, improve sleep, and improve relationship with your food. Now on the cons, it cuts out 2 of the 5 food groups, which is dairy and grain. Although you might lose weight during the restrictive phase, you will most likely gain it back as you add foods back. So be cautious about that. Now the Whole30 diet menu is your breakfast. You have a loaded breakfast taco bowl. For lunch, you can have chicken pesto, stuffed sweet potatoes. For supper, you can have chicken broccoli stir fry. The interesting thing about all these particular diets I found is that sweet potatoes can be used for nearly any kind of diet that you have. I think that's very interesting. Sweet potatoes are on everything, and I had no idea that sweet potatoes could be used for so many things. And now let's go to the vegetarian diet. This is a very interesting diet for me, as I've never went vegetarian, but a lot of people are vegetarian and they swear by it. So some of the things about vegetarian diet is they're done primarily for health reasons. They consume less saturated fat and cholesterol and have more vitamin C and E. They have more dietary fiber, folic acid, potassium, magnesium, and plant chemicals called carotenoids and flavonoids. And I haven't had a chance to look those up yet, but I'm going to. Y'all look that up and maybe send me a little thing on www. Let me know what you found out about that. Your vegetarian diet, you may eat vegetables, fruits, and legumes. You may eat plant-based proteins like beans, lentils, nuts, soy, and includes dairy and eggs. Now the pescatarian diet adds fish and seafood. So you got the vegetarian diet that you can have the dairy and the eggs, but in the pescatarian diet, you add fish and seafood. I think that would be really good. Your vegetarian diet pros are reduced disease risk, may boost longevity, increased weight control, reduced cost, offers complete nutrition. Now their cons are there are fewer food choices, they increase satiety, They're less convenient, not always healthy, and you have a lot of exposures to chemicals and pesticides because they're vegetables and fruits. So you got to be cautious about that, how to wash them, maybe organic, something like that. Your vegetarian diet menu consists of breakfast, a fruit smoothie. For lunch, lentils. Now I had to look up what a lentil is. It's a lens-shaped seed of a plant. So I've always seen lentils, but I didn't know exactly what they were. I don't even know if I've had a lentil, so I'm going to be willing to try that as well. So lentil and vegetable soup for lunch, and supper we got baked eggs and tomato sauce with kale. Now we're going to go to the vegan diet. I heard it said the other day, vegan, but I've always called it vegan. And so we're going to call it vegan because that's what I'm used to calling it. So for the vegan diet, we're based on plants, vegetable grains, nuts, fruits, and foods made from plants. They do not eat foods that come from animals, including dairy and eggs. It's high in fiber and low in cholesterol. The pros are reduced risk for illness. They aid with weight loss, lower cholesterol, and high in fiber. The cons are you can lack some essential nutrients and not recommended for people with certain illnesses requiring a lot of calcium. Now your breakfast, you can have tropical oatmeal made with coconut with mango. For lunch, black bean burger and curry fries. And for supper, Cajun baked tofu with fig glazed sweet potatoes. There's sweet potatoes again. I tried a black bean burger and that was actually really good. So you should, if you ever wanted to try this, it's really not that bad at all. And I think you really get accustomed to liking it. Now next we're going to go to calorie counting. Now this is what most people do. They do the calorie count. My C looks terrible, sorry. I'm trying not to right in front of the screen. So calorie counting. Now remember that 3,500 calories makes a pound. Pound, for those of you that don't know what LB is. So you got to figure if you decrease your caloric intake by 3,500, whether it be eating less or exercising more, that equals a pound. So let's get started on the calorie counting. I think this is a good one. It focuses basically on weight loss. And for the pros, it helps keep yourself accountable. And it takes 3,500 calories to make a pound. So if you decrease your food intake 3,500 calories under your energy use, that creates a pound loss. Now, on your calorie counting con, it focuses too much, the cons, it focuses too much on quantity and not enough on quality of the food. So if you're eating 200 calories a meal and you're only getting 600 calories a day, that's very scary over a time period. The con also is deficit for nutrition, as our bodies need calories to burn for energy. If we don't eat enough, it can cause problems also. Now the calorie counting menu is for breakfast. You can have scrambled egg with a keto toast and fruit. That's under about 300 calories. For lunch, you have a salad, diet raspberry dressing, boiled eggs, tablespoon of cheese, diced chicken. That can be under 400 calories. And for supper, grilled fish, roasted sweet potatoes, and steamed squash, that's about 400 calories. So if you did the breakfast and the lunch and the supper, you're looking at 8, 9, 10, 1,100 calories. And I think probably healthy-wise, it depends on how energetic that you are, that you need. If you're really energetic and you're working out a lot and you're working outside, if you're roofing, if you did concrete like I did all day today, you can think that maybe you need a little bit more caloric intake, just for your body to be able to keep up with the metabolism that you need. So be cautious about your calorie counting menu, okay? Now we're going to go to intermittent fasting. Last week, if you didn't watch last week's episode, it is fabulous. Kevin Keel, our very own Kevin Keel in the studio, he is on intermittent fasting, and he is just the things that he shared last week were amazing. Intermittent, I don't know how to spell it, diet. Now, some people intermittent diet daily. Some people intermittent diet Monday through Friday and are off on Saturday and Sunday. Some people do it from 12 to 6 in the day. Some people do it from 8 to 4. Some people do it 6 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours, whatever. But what the real big deal about that is you have a certain amount of window that you start and you finish. You eat what you eat in that start and that finish. And that way your body has time to, once you get started and you're not eating, what you're doing is your body is having the ability to use fats for your energy. That's how that works. So just to go over the intermittent fasting diet, by restricting foods, our bodies will more quickly and efficiently tap our fat stores for energy. Eating plan that switches between fasting and eating on a regular schedule. And it focuses on when you eat, not what you eat. The pros are it's very easy to do because you don't have to count calories or track meals. After not eating for longer periods, the body exhausts its sugar stores and starts burning fats, which is called the metabolic switch. Sometimes people do it daily and sometimes they have a weekly schedule. The cons are it needs to be coupled with another diet plan. And binging during the eating window is not healthy and will not promote weight loss. Now for a menu, breakfast starts at a specific time. You can have bacon, eggs, and toast. Lunch, hamburgers, sweet potato fries. Ooh-wee. Okay, here we go with that. And then supper ends at a specific time. I think Kevin said that he only eats 2 meals a day. That's what he does. And he does very well on this particular diet. Salmon and vegetables, for supper, you can have salmon and vegetables, cottage cheese, fruit. During fasting, you can only have water and clear beverages. That's a big deal. So if you get hungry, as Kevin said, drink more water, and hopefully that hunger will go away. And I'm interested to try this particular diet too. Next, we're going to go to the Mediterranean diet. And this was Mama Grooms' idea of talking about this Mediterranean diet. There. Okay, this is a very interesting. I'm glad she said that because it's a very interesting diet. Now, why it's called, we'll get to that, but it focuses on eating 5 groups of food. You eat fruits and vegetables, beans, nuts, healthy grains, fish, olive oil, small amounts of meat and dairy, and you can have red wine in moderation, of course. Now, it's called a Mediterranean diet because of the region where people live the longest, around Greece and Italy. So they call it the Mediterranean diet. It pinpoints healthy and anti-inflammatory foods, and no major food groups are off limits. So this is a very interesting diet. I've never thought about doing a Mediterranean. I always thought Mediterranean was nothing but fruits and vegetables, but it really seems to be very well balanced. So the pros are it pinpoints healthy and anti-inflammatory foods, and then the pros also are it supplies a ton of antioxidants. It includes a range of aromatic herbs and spices. You can enjoy moderate amounts of dairy and eggs as well as poultry and red meat. I thought that was really cool. There's a lot of pros. Focuses on the quality of food. It's more of a way of eating and a lifestyle approach rather than the restricted diet. It's eating consistently with a lower risk of cardiovascular disease. It improves cholesterol, promotes healthy digestion, and it assists in weight management. Now the cons, it might not provide enough calcium and iron since it doesn't place a huge emphasis on dairy and red meat. And preparation is more. That's basically the only cons that it has. Now a menu for that, you aim for at least 5 servings a day of produce, like 2 servings of fruit and 3 of vegetables. For your breakfast, you can have oatmeal with fruit. With lunch, lentil soup and sandwich. For supper, lamb, they do a lot of lamb. Lamb shanks with cauliflower and roasted sweet potatoes, and they use a lot of fish. So I thought that was a very interesting diet, and I think it seems very healthy, and I really like to learn about that. Next, we're going to go to Optavia, okay? So let's get, you could Optavia, excuse me. I want to say Optavia. Other people say Optavia. I think it's Optavia, really. What it does is it promotes rapid weight loss. And that's its pros, okay? The cons, it's a nutrient deficiency. And it's non-sustainable. You have extreme hunger and fatigue. Also, let's see, and on the menus, breakfast, lunch, and snacks, they have 1 fueling bar every 2 hours with a total of 5 per day, but also they have a lean and green every day. So for dinner, you have baked salmon, you could have grilled asparagus, steamed zucchini. So those sound really good. And so now we're going to go to the Ozempic, and also the Optavia can be pricey. So we need to put that in there as well. This is the Ozempic, and this is the one that Amber had talked about losing so much weight on. The Ozempic was really made for diabetics to get their sugars down. And so then they found out that it has a lot of weight loss capabilities. So now a lot of people are using that as well. And that's an injection once a week. It can be pricey, but we'll go over the pros are that it's rapid weight loss and there's no hunger. The cons are its cost, its availability, its delivery, it must be injected. The cons also are rapid weight gain when stopped, and it has extreme side effects. So a lot of nausea, vomiting, really a digestive issue. The side effects are the nausea, constipation, diarrhea, stomach pains, and depression. The menu is as tolerated because a lot of people who have these shots just aren't hungry, so they just eat what they can tolerate. But it does a lot of good for a lot of people, and it does very well with diabetes as well, from what I hear. Now we're going to go to our last one, which is clean eating. And, you know, with Me Versus Me, it's a life change challenge. And so, you know, clean eating is really where we would love to be and stay, where we don't have to have all these fads, where we just eat what we need and not overeat, not overindulge. And so we're going to go over this right now. It focuses on eating more whole plant foods. It's less high in added sugars, It's less processed foods, less saturated fats, and clean eating. It's too rigid of a diet sometimes. It has nutritional deficiencies because you just don't eat a lot of what you need of each food group. Your menu can be breakfast for avocado breakfast bowl. For lunch, you got stuffed sweet potato. There you go. There you go. So we've got the menu right here. We'll go back to that. And for dinner, tilapia with stir-fried green beans and rice. You could have, salmon. I think tilapia is not the greatest choice, but salmon probably definitely is. And so for, this healthy eating lifestyle, man, I really like that Mediterranean where it just focuses on all the food groups. But I'm going to just look over these, and I hope that you do too, just to kind of go over and look these up yourself, because I think it's real important for you to study what you think is best for you. And like we said at the beginning of the show, not everybody is on the same diet because not everybody is wired the same. And also your energy needs, your calorie needs, your health, any kind of issues that you might have as far as disease processes, everybody is different. So please look these up and decide what's best for you.
Are you struggling with your weight? Do you feel like your health is starting to fail and the fight is just too hard? Well, you're not alone. Many people are fighting the same battle every day. Some win battles, but few win the war. And why is it so hard to win? Because you're fighting against someone who knows you very well, someone who knows your weaknesses and your faults. And who is this enemy? It's you. It's me. That's where It's Me versus Me Life Change Challenge comes in. Hi, my name is Geri Boyd, and I would like to introduce you to a life change program that you can live with and love. What will it take for you to make the necessary changes to take your life back? You can either pay now or you can pay later. The choice is yours, but just know your life is worth it. Sign up to be a participant at itsmeversusme.tv and take back your life today. As the old saying goes, just choosing changes nothing, but deciding changes everything. So why not be a part of a group of people who have chosen life and will receive much encouragement and direction throughout the journey. And I'm right there with you, as I've lost 22 pounds so far, and my household has lost 90 pounds, so we know the struggle is real. Through high-tech 3D body scanning, It's Me versus Me can help take the guesswork out of your fitness and weight loss goals through periodic measurement of your progress. So if you're tired of being tired and watching the world go on without you, make the decision. If not now, then when? Log on to www.itsmeversusme.tv to find out more on how to become a participant. Space is limited, so act fast. Remember, the struggle is real, so let's fight this battle together and be our best selves.
It's me versus me, the struggle is real. It's me versus me, the struggle is real.
I just want to say something personal. We're always busy about showing diets and talking to people and interviewing everybody and telling about our program. But what I would like to do now is just talk to you on a personal one-on-one. The struggle is always real. It's always going to be real. And I keep going back to where Terry, I think she was episode 2, said she hugged the bagels in Walmart. She hugged the bagels and she left the bagels and she walked away. And that has just resonated in my mind over and over again. And I just want to say that even though you have a struggle and you fall, you watch a movie sometimes and it'll be about somebody who has a drug addiction or an alcohol problem. And they'll get upset about something, and the first thing they do is go to the bar, or the first thing they do is go find somebody to sell them drugs or whatever, and get high. And so I think food addiction is like that, where you have a problem and you just go to what you think is your comfort. And you sit there and you watch a movie and you say, don't drink that. Don't take that. Don't shoot that up. Don't do all the things on TV that they show us that we're supposed to do whenever we have a problem, is run to that thing that we feel most secure with. But what I want to say to you today is, this is episode 10, and it has been such a joy to share so much information and learn so much. These are things that I have never been involved with. And my life challenge is real. My struggle is real, just like yours is. But what I want to say today is, Thanksgiving is over, Christmas is coming, and New Year's is right around the corner. So if we get off the wagon and we just lose our grip and our footing, we got to get back up and go forward. Because you know why? We're worth it. As Jenny Greer said to me when she was here, I think she's episode 4, she said, you got to know you're worth it. And I'm going to tell you that you're worth it. I need to believe that I'm worth it. And I believe that you are worth it. And as we go forward into the new year, we're going to be able to see so many great things happen for so many people. But I just want to commend you on the things that you have changed and the decision in your minds that you're even thinking about doing it. So please do those things that you need to do for yourself and for your self-worth and for your family. And I just want to share that with you. Now next week, we're going to go over Where Are They Now? So stay tuned for that Sunday at 8 p.m. Also remember, we are accepting new participants to be part of our Life Challenge. So if you would be interested in the Life Challenge, contact us on www.itsmeversusme.tv. And if I don't get back to you within a timely manner, please call 731-924-9249, as I don't always get my social media correspondence like I would like to. And remember, our New Year's resolution is coming. So if not now, then maybe pick January to start your challenge. And what a way to get your year started the right way. God bless to all, and until we meet again Sunday at 8 p.m., take care and keep on believing in yourself. Bye-bye.
It's me versus me, the struggle is real. It's me versus me, the struggle is real. Why don't you choose yourself? Choose yourself right now. It's me versus me, the struggle is real.